Welcome back to CBS News 24/7. Okay, so federal courtrooms today, the scenes for two legal showdowns over the Trump administration's immigration policy. So first, attorneys for a Tufts University student detained by immigration officers asking to have her moved out of that Louisiana detention center she was sent to. Now, while that happens, the Department of Justice, they're called on the carpet to answer Judge James Boasberg's big question, and that's this. Why did Team Trump defy the judge's orders to turn around a plane full of Venezuelan migrants in pursuit of due process? Department of Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane following both of these cases. You are covering both hearings. Scott, what do we expect today in the Boasberg case?
First of all, Reed, just a remarkably busy day of high-stakes cases in the courts from coast to coast involving things that have some nexus to the Trump administration. Perhaps the most impactful is what happens mid-afternoon in the D.C. federal court, the case you're just referring to. It's those March 15th deportation flights which removed suspected Venezuelan national gang members. You'll recall the chief judge here in Washington, James Boasberg, ordered those planes to be turned around mid-flight if necessary because he had some concerns about the Trump administration's invocation of a 1798 law to expedite those deportations. The planes weren't turned around. And ever since, Reed, there's been this back and forth in court arguments and court filings as to why those orders were not complied with. The Department of Justice has not really answered those questions with details. Today, the judge gets them right in front of the bench to press them in person as to what happened there, with the concern, Reed, that if the administration doesn't follow court orders, there's a much bigger issue than just the deportation of Venezuelan nationals.
We also want to be mindful of the case of that Tufts international student, the video that we all saw of her being detained. What do we know that her lawyers will argue in court today?
Different case, different courtroom, but again, questions about whether the Trump administration is going too far. This is in the federal court in Boston. Rumeysa Ozturk, the Tufts University doctoral student here on a visa from Turkey, has been trying to fight her deportation from the country. You'll recall the video of that arrest. You see it there. Homeland Security agents taking her into custody. The court had ordered, after an immediate challenge by Ozturk's lawyers, that she should not be moved out of Massachusetts, but she was. She was shuffled from Vermont to New Hampshire to Louisiana now, and the department has argued in court that that's because she was moved before the court order was issued. Now they're trying to fight as to whether she should remain in the country. And you can just sense, Reed, from the filings in this case as you read through them, this is a bigger battle than just Ms. Ozturk's case. It's a matter of whether this type of authority can be used against international students on visas in other cases around the country.
Scott MacFarlane, we appreciate. We know you read every line of all of these cases that come across your desk, and we are so grateful for the debrief every time we can get you. Thank you.